All right, we're talking about Philippians 3 and verse 14. Paul the apostle says, I press on to reach the end of the race and receive the heavenly prize for which God, through Christ Jesus, is calling us. God is calling us to press on as Christians. I heard the true story of 61-year-old Australian sheep farmer Cliff Young, who in 1983 signed up to compete in the Chesterfield Ultra Marathon. This was the first ever race from Sydney to Melbourne, 244 miles. Cliff was not a competitive runner. He spent his entire adult life herding sheep in the hills of Australia. On race day, Cliff showed up in his work clothes with rain boots on, and people thought it was a joke. And when the runners started running, Cliff didn't run like all the other runners. He sort of shuffled along. When people saw this, they said, he'll never finish. He'll never finish the race. Well, at the end of the first day, when all the other racers stopped that night for rest and sleep, Cliff pressed on. And each night, when all the other runners stopped for sleep and rest, Cliff pressed on into the next day. And at the end of the race, Cliff was in first place. And the closest competitor to him was 10 hours behind him. You know, God is saying to us that this Christian life is like an ultra marathon. And when you get worn out and beat down by life, press on. When you think you can't go another step, think of old Cliff Young and keep shuffling into the next day. We're going to win this race. We're going to gain the heavenly prize. When you think you can't make it, press on. Until we meet again, my friend, go and do the next right thing.